So 22 times what?
33.
Do I multiply this by 33?
11.
It's not even 11, by 3. So this times, and sometimes if you want to set it up like this, okay, sir, it is not 22, it's not 33, it's not 11. It is going to be times 3. It's going to give me 66. But you can do it right here. And then what would I multiply the 5 times? What would I multiply by the 5? If I multiply this by 3, what should I multiply this one by?
3.
Also by 3, because it's a ratio and proportion. You want to do everything the same on top and bottom. So it's going to be what? 15. So again, and by the way, go ahead and put that this is 55, and it will also be 56. Okay. Then on this one, this time I'm going from 55. I don't have a number on the second one, so I'm only going to look for the number on the first one. So going from 55 to 11. How do I get from 55 to 11? Do I multiply or divide?
Divide.
You divide. 55 divided by what will give me 11? By 5. So that will give me 11. So guess what I multiply 65 by? By 5 also. And I'll just tell you that is going to be 13. And if you didn't know, you'd have to go 65 divided by 5. Okay. Do you have something to write with, Tennyson? Okay. All right. Then you're going to have something like this. It's also a ratio and proportion chart.
Didn't you get this?
No.
A long time ago, it should have been turned in.
Well, all of that.
Okay, sir, that's another day. I'm doing something else now. So just get it together and you can turn it in a little bit. Okay. So on this one, I have to figure out what these blank numbers are. I don't have much to go on. I can't go from 10 to 35. Who knows how I could get, though? Look backwards. How could I get from 10 to 5? Am I dividing 10 by 5 to get a 5? How do I get from 10 to 5?
Divided by 2.
Dividing it by 2. So if I divide this by 2, I also divide this by 2 because they are ratio and proportion. So 10 divided by 2 going this way will give me 5. 14 divided by 2 will give me what? 7. So this 14 is a little bit bigger than this. This should be a little bit bigger than the 5. And now that I have that, how do you think I could go from this 7 to 77?
11.
Times 11. So if I do that here, who knows what this answer is going to be right here?
11.
75 is 5.
55.
Oy vey, 6 different
Divided by
answers.
5.
55. 3.
No,
We just went 7, listen, we're going to this number. 7 times 11 is 77. So then what would I have to multiply this bottom 5 times?
11.
By 11. So I'm going to multiply that one by 11. And that's going to be what? 5 times 11 is 55. And then I still have to find the number above the 35. 7, look up here, 7 times 11 is 77. So I have to multiply this one by the same exact number. So you have to know 7 times what gives you 77. And that's like obvious, it's 11. Then, who thinks they know what number I'm going to use to get to 35?
5.
The 5. So I'm going to draw an arrow here. 5 times what is going to give 5 times 7. So I'm going to multiply that by 7. If I do that, I'm going to multiply here by 7. So there you go. You're right. 7 times 7, because I did the same thing on the bottom that I do on the top, that's going to be a 49. So there's always one way to start it, like either reducing to match that and then going across the other way. Let's look at This one will be very similar. Again, I'm going to pick and choose ones that I know will be very similar to ones on the test. So I suggest you really listen, because if I tell you it's going to be just like on the test, it's going to be just like on the test. So this says you've got a model boat that's 4 inches. The scale factor is 24:1. They don't tell you much, but you do have something right here. How long is the actual? So they're giving me the model boat. Oops, I should underline that. They're saying how long is the actual, and then that's about all they tell me. Do I have a ratio of 2 numbers that go together?
7 and 2.
The what?
4 and 24.
4 and 24 is not even in the same sentence.
Oh.
Nobody sees a ratio of 2 numbers that go together.
24 and 4. 1 and 4.
Still waiting.
24 and 4.
No. There's 2 numbers that are right next to each other.
24 and 1.
This is your ratio, people. Remember, it can say, nobody said it. It said, I'm hearing 7 and 4. I'm hearing 24 and 4. It's 24 and 1. I didn't hear it. So here is your ratio. This is 24 to 1 or 24 semicolon 1. Doesn't matter. They go together. So the first thing you're going to do, again, you might see this type on the test. So again, you need to really listen. So I'm going to put 24 to 1 in fraction form. Everything is going to be in fraction form on the test. Now, here's my question, because you still have to label it. You have to label it. They're talking about the model boat, and they're talking about the actual boat. Which one do you think is going to be smaller, the model or the actual?
The inches. The model.
The model. So which one of these 2 numbers is smaller?
1.
The 1. So the 1 would go with the model, and the 24, which is a larger boat, is going to go with the actual, because the actual is bigger than the model. So all of that you have to do. And then once I have the labeling done, then I can finish it up. Now, with this ratio, with this scale factor or ratio of 24 to 1, with this being the actual, this being the model, who knows where I'm going to put that 4? You're going to put it with the model. Very good. A model boat is 4 inches long. Yeah. And then I'm going to put my A here. How long is the actual? That's what we're looking for. Can I, not just yet, can I cross multiply on this one?
Yes.
So this is easy to cross multiply. 1 times A is A. And then all I need to do, and I've got my answer, is 4 times 24. So go ahead, and if you need to, if you know it in your head, great. But if you don't, multiply it through. That's going to be 16. 4 times 2 is 8, 9. So the actual is 96 units, whatever that unit is. It doesn't tell us. It tells us the unit for the model, but this is probably for the actual, is probably in feet, which is okay. Then I'll do this one tomorrow. I don't want to do that one now. So flip it over again. I'm doing, oh, this is one that you're going to have to do. Yeah, hurry up, please. Is on this one. So you're looking for the unit rate. When you see the word unit, think of this right here. Who knows what a unit rate is? It's the amount for, why did I circle that? What number is that?
1.
1. It looks like a 1. It's really not. But the unit rate is the amount for 1. So let's see what they've got. It says an after-school job pays $46.50 for 6 hours of work. Do you have a ratio of 2 things that go together? 46.50 and what else?
6.
And you get that in 6 hours. So that is your ratio. So 46.50. I'm going over very similar problems that's going to be on the test for 6 hours. And then over here, Allison, do the best you can. Okay. Is then over here, I want the cost not for 6 hours. I want the cost for 1 hour. Okay. So I'm going to put a 1 here. So now I gave you an extra sheet of paper, and this is where you might need it, is who knows how I could solve that? Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, you can try to do all kinds of fancy things, dividing by 6, cross multiplying and dividing always works no matter what. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 6 times C is what?
6C.
Is 6C. And then on the other side, 1 times 4650 is 4650. I need you guys to knock this test out of the park. You can do it.
What's the test?
It's probably going to be Friday.
Oh, okay.
So, but we're going to go over those type of problems also today. Okay, so you should be able to get it. Then, and some of the ones on yesterday's aren't going to be on the test. So, who knows what I still have to do? Divide by 6. In fact, I need to write down these names here. So it's Anaisa, Shanti, thank you. Okay. All right. And then I think there's somebody in another class I need to mail something to. Oh, I know who it is. It is Mason. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. On this one, divide by 6. And so this tells you what to do. The only thing that you need to do, Cameron, is pay attention and write it down. So again, on this, what's going to go on the inside? Yeah, the top guy goes in the cockpit. The top gun goes here for 6.50. Divide, and in fact, we should know this says divided by 6, divided by 6. So we're dividing by the 6. Bring your decimal straight up. And then 6 goes, it doesn't go into this, it goes into this 7 times. 7 times 6 is 42. Subtract and bring down. Then does 6 go into 45 7 times again? So, oh yeah, 7. 7 times 6 is 42. Sister, subtract and bring down that last 0. And then go back to Daddy and divide. 6 goes into 30 how many times? 5. Very good. It does go in there. It's not 7 times 7, it's 7 times 6. All right. So hold on. So the cost per one is right there. It is $7.75 per hour. Or I could set it up over here and put my answer is 7.75 per the 1 hour.
Yes, it is. It's 5.
This is it. 6 goes into 35 times.
5 times 5 equals
5. It's not 5 times 5. It's 5 times 6 is 30. All right. So I'm pretty good at math. All right. So let's move on. Alrighty. So then. Okay, not just yet. Hold on a second. All right. You are going to see something maybe in this format. And it says, find the unit rate for each ratio. So this looks a little new to you. So you need to know how to read this and how to do it. But we've had, it's unit rate. So again, unit rate means the amount per what? Well, the other one was per hour, but just look at the I. What number does that look like?
1.
So it's the amount per one, whatever unit they're talking about. So here they're comparing soap A and soap B. Soap A cost $3 per 8 ounce. Soap B costs $15 for 50 ounces. So I'm going to set these up both at once. So I'm going to do the A, and I'm going to pull it out of that chart and put $3 per 8 ounces. And way over on the other side, like past halfway, I'm going to set up the other one of $15 over for 50 ounces, OZ. Then on both of them, I want to find the unit rate. Again, the unit rate is for how many?
1.
It's for 1. In this case, it's for 1 ounce. I don't want to know the amount for 8 ounces. I want to know the amount for 1 ounce. I don't want to know over here the amount for 50 ounces. I want to know the amount for 1 ounce. And then what I'm looking for here, rather than put a dollar sign, I'm looking for the cost for 1 ounce. I'm looking for the cost for 1 ounce. Then, what can you always do with these? Well, I can't just divide yet.
You've got to calculate.
You're going to cross multiply. Cross multiply, because don't try to go 8 times 8, and you're going to get it wrong, is cross multiplying will get you the right answer every time. 8 times C is 8C. 3 times 1 is 3. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side, the same step so you can see it. I'm going to cross multiply.
So the answer is 3?
Nope, we're not done yet. This one is 50 times C is 50C. On the other side, I'm going to cross multiply. 1 times 15 is 15. Tennyson, you need to be getting this down. Okay, don't tell me like you always do, oh, go back to this problem. I'm not going to do it. So you can watch the video, because I'm giving you a grade. If I do 10 problems and you've got 2, you've got a 20%. So I'm seeing how many you get copied down. Alrighty, so, and I'll check that near the end of the class. So then on this one, I'm going to divide. What do I divide by?
8.
I'm getting rid of the 8, so I'm going to divide by 8 on both sides. I'm going to divide by what on both sides? Okay. And again, if you're not doing any work, I'm going to give you the grade accordingly. If you're sitting there doing nothing, you will have a 0. Right. So divided by 50, divided by 50. Right. So how in the world are we going to divide that? So we're going to actually divide it, long division. I'll put a spot here for my answer. We'll get it in a second. And this one I'm going to put a spot here for my answer. And then, who knows, I'm going to do an actual division. Who knows what goes on the inside?
8. 3.
The 3, because remember, we're dividing by 8, we're dividing by 8. Or Top Gun goes in the aircraft. He's the pilot. All right, divided by the 8.
You know the movie, Mitchell?
I do know the movie. Anyway, it doesn't go in, so who knows what I have to put right here?
0.
Not just a 0. I have to put a decimal. And then I'm going to make it look like money by putting at least 2 zeros so I can have it go in. So over here, I have to divide also. Who knows of these 2 numbers, which one's going to go on the inside? The 15, Top Gun, he's the pilot, he goes inside. Divided by the 50. Then I'm going to go over here, and then 8, does it go into 3? Does 8 go into 3? No. Does 8 go into 30?
Yes.
How many times?
4.
3. So 3 times 8 is 24. Sister subtract, that's going to be 6. Brother bring down, 0. And then go back to daddy and divide. Who knows how many times 8 goes into 60?
7.
Okay. Let me see how many I've done. I just want to check see how many problems I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's finish this up, and so you can have the full answer. And then you can. So on this one then, again, 8 goes into this 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. subtract, and then
You want to go to 0.
add another 0 because it keeps going. We're going to do it until it stops. And then go back to Daddy and divide. 8 into 40 is 5. So we make it look like money. I think that actual answer is there. No,
How does it go to 9?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you said there's 4 answers right here. So.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. So on this one, we're going to make it look like money. And so this is, you round it if this is bigger, 5 or greater. The amount is approximately, did I leave? Oh, I left the whole answer. Never mind. So this one, I'll go ahead and put it. The unit rate is 0.375. It's about 38 cents per 1 ounce. In fact, that answer is right here. And this time I'm over here, I'm going to round it. So this one was about 38 cents. And then I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start dividing on this one. So does 50 go into 15? No. So what do I need to put?
0.
Before a 0.
Decimal.
Very good. I need to put a decimal. And I'm usually going to put 2 zeros to make it look like money. And 50 does not go into 1. 50 does not go into 15. How many 50s are in 150?
50.
In fact, I'm going to cover up this 0. Cover up this 0. How many 5 goes in? How many times does 5 go into 15?
3.
It's going to be 3. 3 times 50 is 150. 3 times 50 is 150. Subtract. Bring down.
Put the 0.
Then does 50 go into 0? O for no. And we're done because there's nothing remainder. Just a moment, please. So on this one, the ratio is going to be, it's 30 cents per 1 ounce. And over here, I'm going to put, this is 30 cents per the 1 ounce. So it's asking you, which is a better buy? Which is a better buy? Who knows which one would be a better buy? And why would it be B? Because it's the lower cost one. You are absolutely right. So this is a better buy. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to do this one for time's sake. This one is actually easier because they come out to some nice numbers. So Tennyson, if you need to use the restroom, that's fine. I'm going to get started. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. And you also need to, okay, and I'm looking at Tennyson's paper.
So I want to check that. He's right.
No, not just you.
Have you answered any of the non-point scores?
What?
Have you answered any of the non-point scores?
I haven't gotten any calls. But anyway, let's go on. All right, so here we go. So you also need to know, I'm doing this as slow as possible so you understand. Your numbers will probably be easier. But you also need to know how to convert yards to inches, feet to miles. But what I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you the conversion rates down here. We're going to do a couple of these. So on number 10, what do they want you to go from? From what unit? Well, don't tell me the number, but they want it, what's the unit? Feet to what? Feet to miles. You're going to look at your chart. Do you see feet and miles on the chart?
Yeah.
Where do you see it?
First one.
On the first group, the third one. So that's your ratio. I don't need the yards. I need the feet and the miles. So you're going to set up your first ratio. I'm going to put, I can see that 1 mile equals how many feet?
5,200.
So it equals 5,280 feet. Okay. And then on the other side, I'm going to go back to what I'm converting. So now, this is, you must label it or you're going to get really messed up. So miles and feet, where am I going to put this 1320 feet? On the bottom, matching with the feet. So that's going to go right here. And I'm looking for how many miles. So I don't know the miles right now. Okay. Then, who knows what you're going to do? Yeah. Not, you could if you knew what to divide by, but always cross multiply. It's going to work every time. It'll tell you exactly what to do. So on this one, it's going to be 5280 miles is equal to 1 times 1320 is 1320. And then how am I going to get rid of the 5280? Opposite, yeah, opposite of a multiplication is a divide. So it's 5280, 5280. So M is equal to, yes. Okay. And this one's a little bit harder, but just watch carefully. Does 20 go into 80? Yes. Isn't that 4 times?
Yeah.
Okay. And so if that goes in 4, I'm just going to double check this 13 to see if it also goes in 4. So I'm going to go 13 times 4, and that is 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is, oh, that does equal to 52. So in other words, and I'll give you an easier one on the test, but in other words, this number goes into this one. Guess how many times? 4 times. So I'm going to divide both of these by 1, 3, 2, 0. I'm going to divide this one by 1, 3, 2, 0. What's 1320 divided by 1320? 1. That for sure is 1. And we just said, what's 80 divided by 20? It's going to go 4. This divided by this is 4. And that is my answer. In other words, 1,320 feet is 1/4 of a mile. Again, all you need to do, and it's right down here. All these answers are down here. Let's see if we can do another one. Let's go to this one here, the number 16. So I'm going to look for my ratio. What unit should I be looking for? The pounds and the what? What does T stand for? The tons. Pounds and tons. So go down. Do you see pounds and tons?
200.
Okay, it's right here. So here's your ratio of the two things that go together. 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. And I need to make sure that I have time to see what everybody did and give them a grade. Okay. All right, so this is going to be 1 ton. 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Then who knows where I'm going to go then? I've got my ratio. Where do I go then? I can't cross multiply yet. I need to put something here. Go back to your problem. This is the problem that I'm on. What am I going to do with that 11,500? Put it with the what? Yeah, because it goes with the pounds. So put 11,500, and we're looking to see how many tons that is equal to. Because that's what I was missing. I was missing the tons. How can I solve these always? Cross multiply. So I'm going to go ahead. 2,000 times T is 2,000 T. On the other side, it's 1 times 11,500 is 11,500. And then what do you have to do next to get rid of that 2,000? 2,000. Yeah, it tells you opposite of a multiplication is a division. Is a division. So 2,000 divided by 2,000 is 1. So, okay, over here though, that's a big number. Can I make that any smaller? Yes. How can I make it smaller? get rid of the zeros. Very good. So, but I can only get rid of 1 and 1. 1 on top, 1 on bottom, 1 on top, 1 on bottom. I can't get rid of that one because I don't have 1 on top. But at least we made it smaller. So now, who's going to go in the cockpit?
The 115.
The 115. Top Gun goes in the cockpit, divided by that 20 that we have left over. So 20 doesn't go into 1, 20 doesn't go into 11, and I'm going to say, what I'm going to do to help myself is I'm going to cut off that 0, and then I'm going to cut off the 5. 2 goes into 11 about how many times? About 5. And I think that's going to be it. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times that 0. So 5 times 20 is 100. Subtract, I get 15. And I'm going to take that number. I'm not going to do a decimal on this one. I'm going to take that, go straight up as my remainder, as if I were putting an R15. But I'm going to put it in the fraction form by putting daddy denominator right here. All right. All right, girls and boys. All right, whatever it takes for you to remember that this number goes on the bottom. All right, so can I reduce that at all?
Yes.
By what? By 5. By 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So it's 5 and 3 over what?
2. I mean 5. No, I mean 4.
Which one is it? 20 divided by 5 is what?
3/4.
Is 4. So 11,500 feet is equal to 5 3/4 tons. Okay. 5 3/4 tons.
So you sure? Oh, never mind.
Okay. And then, let me see here. Alrighty, Do any of these look hard? Girls, let's focus. All right. All right. Girls, okay, we've got a couple more. Now I'm going to tell you some of these problems that I've been doing are the exact problems that will be on your test with nothing changed. I can't tell you exactly which ones.
You sure? Look, are you proud of me?
Okay, yeah, I am, and I'm probably going to have you all give those to me today, and I'll give them back to you tomorrow because I want to take a daily grade. What's that? I'm going to give you a grade on it, on what you did. Okay, so we've got a couple more that I want to do. In fact, I know this one is not on the test, so okay, I don't think I'm going to do it. Let's start with the L. Okay. So I need. Just put DEM. Okay. All right. All right. So, girls and boys, on this letter L, we'll probably just have time for 2 more. We did a lot, actually. Okay. Girls and boys, Allison. Okay. I need you to stop. All right, so on this one right here, I'm going to do the letter L. It says, at Paul Bunyan's logging camp, the cook scrambled 20 eggs for 3 loggers. I need you to be quiet right now. Is how many eggs, I'm looking for a number of eggs, did he need for 288 loggers at the camp? Does anybody see 2 numbers that go together? Trinity, what?
20 and 3.
The 20 and the 3. They scrambled 20 eggs for every 3 loggers. So you not only have to put the numbers down, you have to say what they are. Okay. So the 20 goes with the what? The number of eggs. Put an E. For every 3 loggers. You must label or you're going to get all messed up. And then, all right, then it says, how many eggs does he need for 288 loggers? Where would I put the 288?
At the bottom.
On the bottom. And then I'm looking for the number of eggs.
Cross.
We're going to cross multiply because I could go across, but I don't know by what number I do. Okay, let's quiet down because I need you to be successful on the test. Because I don't want to have to email parents again. All right, so on this one, 3 times E is 3E. And there's really no shortcut. 8 and 8 is 16, 17, 18. Oh, 3 will actually go into that, but it's okay. I'm going to go 20 times that. Watch how I multiply with a 20. I'm going to go 288 times 20 with the 0 sticking out. Because what is 0 times anything?
0.
So I'm done with that 0, and I just need to go to the 2 now, multiply with that. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 8 is 16, plus that 1 is 17. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. I might do this one again tomorrow, showing you maybe a little shorter way that might help you. But we're just going to wrap it up with this one. And then how do I get rid of that 3?
Divide, same thing.
Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So my answer is going to be, when I divide, 5760 divided by 3. 3 goes into the 5 how many times?
No, wait.
How about 1? 1 times 3 is
I got a question.
3. I'm going to finish this up and then you can ask. 5 minus 3 is what? 2. Sister subtract, brother bring down. Go back to daddy and divide. 3 into 27.
9.
It goes 9 perfectly. 9 times 3 is 27. And then sister subtract, brother bring down. Does 3 go into 6?
It goes into
How about 2?
2.
So 2 times 3 is 6. By the way, who knows, should I put something right here?
0.
It's going to be 0 because this came out 0. And if I bring this down, 3 goes into that 0. So they need 1920 eggs. Put your work paper inside your packet. Put your name on your packet.
Is it called like,
Here you go.
It's ratio and proportional.
I'm still a little bit off.
There's here and Thank you, class. I know, right?
Okay, thank you. Woohoo! Okay, April. And then you can pack up and get out. Bring it back. Okay. Let me get yours. Allison.
You sounded like my dog.
Go on the paper. Oh, you're missing 4 columns here. Yep. Thank you.
There's 4 problems, you did only 2.
Man, you didn't do 4, you did 2. Okay, thank you.
I don't think I'm sure. I'm sure I don't.
Okay, it's right here. Okay, how's your big day, everybody?
Liz, I got a question.
Yes.
What if daddy's gone? Like, what if daddy's gone? We can't bring it back to daddy. Put it on out.
You know what?
So Cameron, come on up in the morning and finish that test, okay? Okay. Goodbye. Have a good afternoon, Judy.